Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, Mr. Efran. Allow me to begin this presentation by conveying respectful greetings and gratitude for the opportunity given. I am Rifat Yuniar with NIM 21220007, a student from English Education Study Program, Class B1 2021. In this presentation, I will discuss adjective clause, which aims to fulfill the final exam score and review the material. Without wasting more time, let's start this presentation. Adjective clause. Adjective clauses, also known as relative clauses, are clauses that function as adjectives and provide additional information about the nouns in the sentence. These clauses usually begin with a relative conjunction such as who, whom, whose, which, or that. Adjective clauses provide additional details or description about the noun they modify. Adjective clauses, also known as relative clauses, and still related to clause. This adjective clause has a position as an explanatory of the noun. Adjective clause has several parts, which I will explain today about relative pronoun as subject and object. Relative pronoun as subject, there are three: who, which, and that. Who for explain person, which explains non-persons, person, that explains person or non-person. And the second, relative pronoun as object. There are three: whom, which, that. Whom explains for person, which explains non-persons, that explains person or non-person. And I have two example for I want to explain. The first is the woman who is wearing a red dress is my sister. This is the adjective clause is who is wearing a red dress. Who is wearing a red dress is a adjective clause and from relative pronoun as subject. And the sentence describing or explaining the woman, and the woman is subject. Jadi seorang wanita yang dia itu memakai dress yang berwarna merah. Seperti itu menjelaskan my sisternya kalau wanita tersebut yang my sisternya itu yang memakai dress berwarna merah. The woman a subject or noun phrase because the article and woman is noun. Because adjective clause is must describe or explaining the noun, and the noun is the woman who is wearing a red dress, and is verb or predicate. My sister is object or complement. My possessive pronoun sister noun. And the second example, he is the student whom the teacher praised for his hard work. This example, who the adjective clause is whom the teacher praised for his hard work, and this is the example from relative pronoun as object, because this is describing or explaining the student and the student as object. And the core sentence, main sentence, he is the student. And whom the teacher praised for his hard work is adjective clause, and this is explaining the student. He, pronoun or subject, is auxiliary verb or predicate. The student is object or noun phrase, and adjective clause is describe about noun. And this is the other example sentence with adjective clause. The book that I borrow from the library is exciting. And the adjective clause is that I borrow from the library. And this is that I borrow from the library describing or explaining about the book. The man, the book that I borrowed from the library. This is example from adjective clause, relative pronoun as subject. And the man who is standing over there is my boss. The second example, the man who is standing over there is my boss. And this adjective clause is who is standing over there. This is the sentence explaining who is standing over there. Uh, this is explaining the man. This is relative pronoun as subject. And the third example, the car which was parked in front of the house is mine. Adjective clause is which was parked in front of the house. This is explaining about the car. And the fourth, I met a student whom the teacher praised for excellent performance. The adjective clause is whom the teacher praised for excellent performance. This is um uh, describing or explaining about a student. And the last example from adjective clause or with adjective clause, the movie that I watched last night was fantastic. Adjective clause that I watched last night. This is um explaining about the movie. Conclusion: adjective clauses provide more depth and details to the nouns they modify, thus helping the listener or reader to understand the context or characteristic better. This is this is explaining about characteristic from noun as subject or object. In other words, in adjective clauses, relative pronoun function as a link between the clause and the noun it describes. When a relative pronoun acts as a subject, it replaces and refers to the noun that is the subject. Conversely, when a relative pronoun acts as an object, it replaces and refers to the noun that is the object. This is references my material about adjective clause. Thank you. Thank you for your attention and opportunity, sir. I really appreciate the time I've been given to listen to my presentation. I am Rifat Yuniar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.